Hello, Scotty Animation here. This is another retro video. I'm doing this one on the Texas Instruments 99 4A computer. Um, I've been wondering for months what to do with this thing because programming on it is just very, very difficult. I even got the extended basic cartridge and it helps some. You can access the sprites, but it's still very difficult. The editor is hard to work with and not impossible, but just it's very unpleasant. And so I was thinking, well, what am I going to do with this thing? It's I can't even really uh, play any good games on it. I know they exist, so I got the FLASHROM99 off eBay. It's like about $35 or so. It allows you to load games on an SD card and play them on your TI-99 4A, which really, really extends its usefulness. And I also got this joystick adapter, which from various people on YouTube, they they can construct one very easily, and it didn't look that hard, so you could probably make one yourself. But this thing was only like $13 off eBay, so I thought, I'll just get one. Why not? And that will allow you to use standard Atari joysticks. And so that was useful. And also, I got like the SD2 IAC for my Commodore computers. It works on the plus 4.2 and of course the Commodore 64 and also the 128 and and the VIC 20. And I also, so I had that for the Commodore computers. I also got the S Drive Max for the Atari 400 there and the 600 XL up here. And so the TI was kind of missing out. So I thought, I'll get some kind of storage device for this, so I can play games on it. One thing about it, you've got to be careful if you decide to get this cartridge, the FlashROM 99 for your TI, because it will only work on unmodified TIs. Because apparently in 1983, Texas Instruments didn't like third party software vendors like Atari Soft creating games that looked and played much better than the Texas Instruments sanctioned games. And so they modified the later versions of the beige computer only. The aluminum case computers don't have this problem. Just the later versions of this beige one. Uh, T- Texas Instruments modified them so they would not play any cartridges that wasn't made by Texas Instruments. And you'll know that by if you turn the power on. If your computer says 1983 Texas Instruments, then this will not work. Luckily, I've got an unmodified 99 4A that says 1981 copyright, and that's the one that you can use the Flash ROM 99 cartridge and also third party cartridges. So you'll be good to go if that's the case. Now, the graphics on this thing are pretty cool. Now, remember something. It This computer was at a disadvantage where it did have a 16-bit processor, but it only had like an 8-bit architecture. So that created a bottleneck and it made the computer really slow in some operations. However, this computer has 32 sprites. Okay, it has a pretty cool graphics chip in it, and its audio is not too bad either. So I'm gonna look at a game, for instance, like I think this Pac-Man's probably a pretty good one. Look at now in the first levels of this, the game's pretty slow, but if you bump it up to like one of the highest levels, the game speeds up some. But the graphics they look like the arcade version, you know. Monsters have eyeballs, and it's a really good port of the arcade version of Miss Pac-Man. If you look at the version for the Atari computers, they didn't look this good. All right, not until later on when some programmers created their own version. But back in the day, you didn't have that kind of graphics on the old Ataris, but you did have it on the TI-99 4A because it's got the advanced graphics chip and stuff on it. 32 sprites. That's 4 times the sprites that the 64 has got or had, however you look at it. So this machine was it was a really good machine, but it was really just hampered by its built-in language, the BASIC, which couldn't really access the power that it had. And plus, with the 8-bit architecture limiting the 16-bit processor it had, it's just a shame, you know. But at least now, I have this computer where it will like do something. I can play games on it. Just use it as a games console, and you can still get these off eBay pretty cheap. I've seen these TI-99 4As go for like $20. So if you like retro computers, you know this one's not a bad one to get, but I would suggest you also get the FLASHROM99 and the joystick adapters, or you can get TI joysticks, but I don't think they're as good. But well, that's all for this video. Next video, I'll be talking about something else other than the TI-99 4A. And if you like this video, place comments and thumbs up. And I will talk to you later.